Hey guys, it's me again, and I'm sure you've probably seen some videos that we're putting out from Coastside before. But today I want to talk to you about something that I think is particularly important. And I've got Julie with us, who is our associate pastor. And a couple of months back, probably like the beginning of the year, Julie came to me and she said that she had this gut feeling that she felt in her spirit that someone's got to stand up and pray for prodigals, people that have been with God and now they're not with God. And for whatever reason they've walked away, you've come up with a ministry where we can pray for people that have known God and then walked away and really, sort of bring those people back in or open heaven to let it do it. Can you tell us a little bit about why you did that and what inspired you?
The ministry is called For the One, and it is my testimony. I was a Christian growing up in a Christian household, went to church all my life and completely walked away from it. And so the Bible calls that the prodigal. And I did not have one foot in, one foot out. I completely walked away from it and entered a life of just all sorts of things that I'm not going to get into here. And then I was away from God for about 15 years, and then I come back. Just like the story in the Bible, I come back and God extended his arms wide open and welcomed me back. And I was just, to this day, I still get emotional about it, and I still get really overwhelmed about it because I was just so living one way and not worthy, but knew better. I knew better. And when you know better, it makes it sort of worse, I guess. So to completely turn your back on God and his principles and go and live a life that is just stupid and silly, and to be welcomed back, I just don't take it for granted. And so prodigals are really heavily on my heart. They just are. So God always uses a story. And so that's where this ministry was birthed from my own story. But it's not just for prodigals, it's for people like Kirsty's story that we just heard a couple of weeks ago, where she didn't know God, she didn't grow up with God. So people, we all know someone. It's a neighbours, a friend, we all know someone
that's not currently walking with God. That's right.
And so prayer is the first step. Everything's got to be wrapped up with prayer first. So
and I so believe in that. And I don't know who's watching today, and I'm not 100% sure of what your circumstance is. You may be a prodigal that knows about God, but you've walked away, and that is a story, and that's what's inspired you for you to do this ministry for us. But the other thing is this: all of us do know someone that's not walking with God. And whether they're a prodigal, whether it's a son or a daughter or a mum and a dad, one of the core mission of the church, the core mission of what Coastside stands for, is that it's not just a club about us. It's not just about, we're in church and, we've got this churchy club thing. The whole idea behind church is that we can be instrumental, used by God, do whatever God leads us to do to help those people that don't know God to find him. And like you said before, prayer is the first step. And I mean, every Friday you send out a text to the people. Just tell everyone about what you're actually doing, how you manage that, how you work with that, the logistics of they can put their name on a list, and just share all about that.
You can find it if you download our Coastside Church app, and there is a section in the app, and it'll probably come up on your screens whilst we are talking, and you can fill out a form, and all that information is just your name, your contact number, and then I receive that, and then you get put on my list. So we've got about 50 people that are on the list, and so every Friday I send out a message.
A personal text.
Text message to the group with something that I pray about that God's put on my heart. And really it's just a reminder, okay, guys, it's Friday and we are praying. I just believe that For the One, this is just our calling. As a Christ follower, it is to go and gather more people, Our job,
praying for them is the first step.
Praying for them is the first step. So before you ask anyone to church, or before you ask anyone to, sometimes you just don't want to spruik your story. You just got to live your story. But wrapping it up in prayer first and foremost is what I think is huge.
And I think that's the big thing that you can take away from today. It's not just being reminded to pray for the one or to have that one on your mind, but it is to pray for them. And if you're praying for them and you're asking God to touch their heart, to lead them, to keep them safe, to help them to understand the reality of God, then that is obviously the first step that we can do, and anyone that's watching this can do for anyone they know that needs to find God. Now, the other thing I wanted just to throw in there, and I will wrap this up because I know that, you know, your time's valuable and stuff like that, but the other thing is, you know, being online, it's not just about whether you're in CoSide or whether you go on this list because you're part of our church. You could be anywhere in the world. You could be anywhere in Australia. You could be in Sydney, Brisbane, Melbourne, WA. Listen, you can still get this text from Julie. She will still encourage you personally every single week to remind you to pray for the one. And you know that whoever you're praying for, it's not just you, but the whole group is praying. And I can't see any reason why thousands of people could not join up to this thing and stand together to pray for the one person that they're believing for.
Amen. You're preaching to the converted.
Preaching to the converted. I mean, that's what we're doing. So, you know,
I think it's awesome. So sign up and join our team and let's get these guys home.
That's right.
You know,
in a nutshell, let's get them together. Let's get people to walk with God, and we will stand with you no matter what. This is a worldwide ministry that we're talking about. And Julie, I just want to say in close, I so appreciate what God's put on your heart. I understand your story, and you know, maybe one day, you know, you'll share that at a later date, you know, fully, because it's an amazing testimony. But what God has done for you, God is now using that to now help others. And that is such a, I guess it's such a thing that God does. Sometimes we're going through things and we think, oh my goodness, why am I going through this divorce? Why am I going through this season in my life? But when you find God, He uses everything you've walked through to then help other people walk through the same journey. And that's really in a nutshell what the church is about.
It's pretty cool, really.
It is.
It's pretty cool.
And praying for the one, I cannot encourage you enough to sign up and pray for that one person that you're believing for, that they can find God just like you have. And if you don't know God, well, we're going to pray for you that you do find God, because He is an amazing God to serve, and I would be lost in life without Him. So it's really cool.
That's so good.
All right, until next time, have a good one, and we'll see you soon.